Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation on my initial staff meeting. When I first took a look at the staff meeting and initially what would that look like when I was bringing it forward to my staff, I really felt challenged as to how much input came from administration and how much input came from teachers and what would that model look like. So I decided that it would be important maybe to think outside the box and maybe see how business might approach such a situation. So I think that lots of times education could look at business for ideas, whether that be, communicating with their quote unquote customers or, parents and students and community partners. Or maybe in a situation like this where business would use a tool similar to this program that I'm using, which is a free online site called Mindomo, which everyone in Ontario has a license to, as far as education base goes, and also just using different tools to plan and create strategies for improvement or to develop products or those types of things. So I found this particular planning tool called an agile planning tool, and I thought it fit pretty good to the idea of me providing some initial input into the meeting, but then also enabling the staff to collaborate together to create this plan to be a working agile document that we can work together as a staff with. So quickly, an agile planning tool is the fundamental difference between agile planning and traditional project planning is that agile project planning is very collaborative in nature. The team is responsible for planning, not just the administrative team. And so that was really something that I thought was important. I didn't want to be a dictator standing up in front of the staff. I wanted to be in a situation that we were working together as a team to reach common goals, whatever those goals might be as we look at different types of strategies, I guess. So I decided to use the free web-based program called Mindomo. And the reason why I did that is because it's very easy to use. It's simple to use. It is auto-saving. It is accessible to everybody across the province. And it also kind of sneak in a little bit of a tech teaching opportunity as well, showing staff that they can use concept mapping like this to create collaborative spaces for their classes. So just seeing here from Wikipedia that it is a freemium software. It's available online. It has a giant base of templates as well as just customizable concept maps that you can create. You can upload and add video and audio. You can upload PDFs and PowerPoints and Excel, and you can link to different websites or to Google Drives, and it does all that stuff. And what's really nice about it is this real-time collaboration. You can create mind map assignments, so similar to Google Classroom, where you can send out an assignment through Google Classroom and it makes a copy for each of your students. You can do the exact same thing here, create a base template for a mind map and then send it out to all your students. It does have integrations to the Office 365 and Google Apps and all those types of things. It does have concept mapping. It will automatically create to more of an outline, a bulleted outline. You can bring in different people and you can do presentation mode like I'm showing you here. So this is presentation mode. So one of the things about the Agile planning tool is that it has two different sides to it. The left side has the collection of data. So things that are happening on the left-hand side are really where we're going to collect data, we're going to develop information, and we're going to move towards our common goals. And then on the right-hand side, what we have here is where the map will organize and plan elements of the school year and assistance to that school improvement planning. So this side of the map reflects what we actually do. Ideas are moved from the left side to the right side when they're adequately developed and committed. So we develop things on the left-hand side where we collect data, and when they're ready to make the move, we bring them over to our planning side, which is the right side. So one important thing for this plan, though, is to have resources. So as you can see, we have links to Google Documents. Our school improvement plan is located in a Google Drive for our staff, so they could take a look at what the school improvement plan was, and maybe this initial staff meeting is going to work on adding from last year's plan to utilize this year's plan. We also have access to the board improvement plan here, which is a link right to the board website that has access for that for for our staff. So this would be resources for our staff. So working our way through the overview of what we are intending to do with this planning tool is we are looking to create opportunities for students and for staff to stampede to success. So that's the idea. It's something that we talk about at our school because we're the Mustangs. And so stampeding to success is one of our little mottos. So creating opportunities for students and staff to stampede to success. We'll stampede to success by, by utilizing a student-centered approach and striving for excellence in student well-being and student achievement. So the next thing we'd have to really take a look at is who are our users, who's going to be accessing this plan and who's going to be involved in this plan. And so obviously students and staff and parents and community, those are all things that are going to be important to our group, right? So these are the people that are going to interact with the solutions that are created through this plan. They'll have reasons for the solution and the expectations and for what should be done and what not should be done. So next up is the stories part of this planning tool. And I really like this. It has a common template here where as a blank, I need to blank so that I can blank. And so just taking a look at our different user groups here, I just created some generic type storyline. So as a student, I need to take advantage of my opportunities to stampede to success so that I can strive for excellence in my well-being and achievement, and so on and so forth. So these stories describe something that can actually be tested, delivered, and actually used by the users, which we just listed above. When frequently defined, stories can be moved to belong in the sprint area, which is listed below and we'll get to in a second. And the sprint then can be a group of stories that are built together to try to create some sort of a solution. So if we look down here, the next area is sprints, and these are things that would be created as a team. And sprints are groups of stories that fit together well enough to be demonstrated and used. And then when they're adequately defined, they then move over to that right side where they become an epic. And it's this epic journey that we move forward into in our project planning. And right now, I just kind of have it broken up into what we have in our SIP, which is community culture and caring, and numeracy and literacy. And those could be our epics, where epics are these major stages of a project that are divided up from those sprints, right? And an epic is like a major milestone. So really contributing to that, to those 3 C's, or to numeracy or to literacy. And so that's just the overall guideline here for this initial staff meeting. But one of the main reasons why I wanted to use Mindomo is because of the collaborative tools that it provides. So I could share this with staff and they could be sitting down on Chromebooks or on iPads. It's pretty versatile. They could even be doing it on their phones. And they could be working together to create more information, let's say, about the students. And they could insert a subtopic and they could type up their information this way. And they could add to different components. So maybe we have a group that's working on the user groups, or a group that's working on stories, or a group that's working on different resources or sprints or those types of things. Or maybe we do it by division and the staff then targets this a map similar to this for their division. Or maybe we create a map kind of like this for one of the different epics, right? So taking a look at our numeracy goals and who are our users going to be and what are those stories going to look like and what type of sprints are going to move into our epics. And so what I thought would be really interesting is using a tool similar to Mindomo to then allow staff to collaborate together in an online space that then we can create this giant map together, and then we can really start to move forward with our thinking and with a common goal and a common place. So this was my idea for the initial staff meeting, was going to be to come in, introduce this new tool for tech so that A, it's something they could be using in the classroom, B, it's something they could collaborate with, and then C, just create a framework for them so that they'd have something to move forward with. And then together as a team with all the staff, we can start to move forward into how our more Mustangs are going to stampede into success.